Hey, yeah, I'm going to do a video, obviously. Um, First of all, I want to say thank you to Nikki Colombo. She she invited me on her station, Truth Frequency Radio, which is on my page, so you can go and listen to it. And I was so nervous, but she was awesome. The nerves left, so you might be able to hear my nerves at the first beginning. I was like, it's okay. I talk to people every day. Talking to on the phone, it's just talking to somebody on the phone. But the thought of lots of people listening was tricky. But I got over it. But thank you, Nikki. It was a fantastic experience. Really appreciate it. And anyone who wants to listen to it, we just go into Trump and Hillary and yeah, the nature of reality. So yeah, thank you. Um, okay, I did a session with a lovely lady. I love speaking to this lady this morning, and it's followed a theme. Something happened yesterday. It was really funny. My son, he drew this picture because his nanny's turning 70 soon, and so he was drawing a picture of his nanny, and he showed me it, and it was a penguin, and this penguin looked like he had boobies on his on the drawing, and I just found it hilarious. It was so funny. Penguin with boobies, yeah, it was funny, and but he got upset. My son, bless him, he got a bit upset, not hugely upset, and ripped it. And he said that's not good enough because he in his eyes he made a mistake. And I was like, yeah, but that was hilarious. It wasn't a mistake. It was really funny. And then I started telling him, plays at school when you go and see plays at school when the kids are little, and the best parts of when the kids make a mistake, it brings humanity into it. And I was trying to explain this to him, and and then for the next hour he started trying to draw the penguin again with boobs. So that was quite funny. So anyway, I was speaking to a lovely lady this morning, and the way she was brought up is that she couldn't make a mistake, that everything had to be perfect, so she was very, on the masculine side, very hard on herself because her dad was hard on her, and so her masculine energy was hard on herself. So if she perceived that she made a mistake, then she would mentally beat herself up or beat up by her emotions because of it. And then she was also very, this would then could be very hard on other people and judging people and not accepting people for who they are, because deep down she wasn't accepting herself. And so we like ventured into this, and it was really quite fascinating because obviously the brain is a receiver. How we're supposed to work is to receive our heart energy, what the heart wants to do, and the heart is a timeless energy. It really doesn't give a flying toss about making mistakes or anything. It just wants to experience. It doesn't have that worry or concern, but the mind needs to learn. So it's slower than the heart. It needs to learn what the heart wants. It needs to be able to hear the heart and listen to the heart and be able to interpret and actually create a reality from the information it receives. And making mistakes, when we make mistakes, if you think of, we may feel disappointed and stuff like that. But if we didn't make mistakes, say we lived in a reality where we were all perfect, the range of emotions that we would miss. We would miss like a proudness, a sense of achievement, a sense of feeling content, a sense of well-being and like well done, and motivation and everything like that. If we didn't make mistakes, all those emotions wouldn't be able to be pulled out of us, that we wouldn't be able to feel them. And it would be a really sad world if we didn't have those emotions. It would be a really less inhumane world. And so making mistakes is actually part of the human, it's part of consciousness in itself. I don't even know it's even just humans, any being that we manifest into, even consciousness in its true form they still have to work, without any 3D. The consciousness still has to work together in order to understand one another, and mistakes are going to be made. And it's just part of who we are. And it's something that we need to accept and not because some people are so frightened of making mistakes they don't end up doing anything, and or they are very mentally hard on themselves, or they're hard on other people. So and if you look at the world as a whole, it goes across all of consciousness, if the political parties and all that, and if you go down there from to schools, if you exams and everything like that, it's based on you can't make a mistake, so we have to be perfect. And consciousness doesn't work that way. It's not natural. So we're programming ourselves to be unnatural, to take away, to floor us from emotions. If we were perfect, we wouldn't feel any of these lovely emotions, like achievement, to proudness, to all these lovely emotions that come when we do work hard and we've made mistakes, but we get there in the end and we get that sense of achievement. So keep making the mistakes. And because it is our natural way. We make mistakes. It's just what we naturally do. And the strive for to put perfection on oneself is an inhumane belief structure that takes away our humanity, or dampens our humanity. Okay, thought I'd share that with you today. I hope that makes sense, because I think I rambled a little bit. Okay, thanks for listening. If you want to share my stuff or comment or whatever, please do. Okay, bye.